here. This is Athena StarSeed, and this is a series called Raising Reverence, and I just ran into another star being called Nao.
Hi everyone, I'm Nao.
Amazing, of course he's Nao. But tell us what you do and how you got started doing it, because you're like filming the stars.
Yes, I shoot time-lapse photography of the stars in general. I go out to national parks around Southwest in the middle of nowhere like Bishop or Eastern Sierras. Those are my prime locations for my astrophotography time lapses. I do this to make everybody awake about how important the nature is in our daily life, even no matter where you're from. If you're living in a city or rural life, we're still connected to the nature. We're part of nature, and the universe, the beauty of the universe and the stars are so out there and accessible to anyone, given the art form in a way that presents to people to react to this beauty of it and somehow empower people and enable people to cherish more, connect it more with the nature, and that's my goal through my art. So that's what I do.
Can you show us a little bit on your film?
Oh,
I'm gonna show you through his phone his YouTube channel. And then, what is your YouTube channel?
It's Naotharp Studio, Naotharp Studio. And I have these.
Yeah, there we go.
Stuff like this.
Okay, now tell me that, like, when you were a little kid, like, were you staring at the night sky or what?
Oh yeah, I grew up in Japan. I was born and raised in Tokyo until I was 19, and was basically raised by my mom in a city environment. However, at age 9, I started to come to California to visit my father, who lived in LA at the time, and we would go out and camping in Oregon for the road trip for 2 weeks. We would camp in an RV with my uncle up there, and that's when I first got really close to the nature environment, coming from a big city like Tokyo. So that has always inspired me to pursue what I do now, and ever since I moved to LA at age 19, the only thing I was able to enjoy in terms of nightlife at the age of 19 was to go out to those underage clubs, which sucked. So we went out to like outdoor raves, you know, like in the Moon Tribe type of stuff, in the Mojave Desert, where I have never been to. There's no desert in Japan, and I was so blown away by the beauty of it and the community and the music and the art and it's all oneness, where I was in one in the middle of the desert, and that was it. That got me going to pursue nature photography as my career, and I'm a musician at the same time, so I was coming up with the instrumental music, and I was looking into filling in the main theme for the music to go with, and which in turn turned out to be the image of the nature. In a certain repetitiveness of the sound, there's the season that comes in and goes, but it seems to be the same repetition, but every time, every season is different. You know, we're moving through different parts of the universe as we travel through the expanse of this whole majestic being. So I try to connect the image of the music to the nature, the landscape that I'm inspired by. So that's why I started pursuing the time-lapse photography, which had the motion, the repetitiveness, and just the sense of compressed time, and that seemed to fall right into the theme that I come up with. So that's how I got into it.
I'm sure Vivaldi and Mozart and Beethoven were tuned into the cosmic music of the spheres.
Very true.
And that's how you're kind of like tuning in. So if you think about tuning in, a key is a doorway, a key is also a note signature.
True.
And you know, focusing on the stars and connecting with the stars, becoming one with the stars, you actually have more harmony in your body, so you don't want to hurt each other or nature.
True. I think that's the very message that we received from whenever we are inspired by the nature, the beauty of the nature, anything that's from the nature, whether it's a smoothie or a great view in front of you or some healthy organic salad that you eat. You're inspired by every single breath that you take is inspiration from the nature. You gotta remember that, and just being humble and appreciative about it through creation process, I think is to me a meditative process, and it gets me going, and it just takes my cares away, and just being humble and being just one with the universe. I think that's how I accomplish these images.
And so have you made a living being a nature photographer your whole life? Is that how you support yourself?
I recently became independent photographer. I shoot these beautiful images for microstock industry, which is kind of like a stock photo, but the video version of it, where media professionals will look into buying some images with stars for their, like, say, nature documentary or conspiracy, theorists kind of programs, whatever. They want to show some like kind of crazy, universal scenes or some nature imagery. So they'll go ahead and search that, and I have all my contents available. So they'll just kind of purchase by license. So that's how I kind of make my living now.
And how's your music? I mean, are you touring? Are you doing your sound?
Music wise, ever since I got into getting heavily with the time lapse, it's a very time consuming process. Just traveling out, the preparing, the pre-production, the production, the shooting takes about 5 hours per 20 seconds of a video, and to edit it takes about 30 plus hours per clip. It's so much heavy processing going on, so it takes up a lot of work, physical time. So I try to be more productive about my music, but recently I have been able to just kind of play on the scene while I'm time lapsing the musical ideas, because obviously I bring all my instruments when I go out and shoot to the desert, and just kind of play around with it while doing the 6-hour time lapse, of course. So yeah, I've been doing that and been recording in my friend's studio, but I do have my own home studio. I need to get my...
And where do you live?
I live in Highland Park, Los Angeles.
It's so close. It's so close. This is amazing. This is a portal. We're at the Matcha Cafe again,
Yep.
and there's so many magical beings that pop in and out of this dimension. So what do you see for the future? What's your ultimate expression?
Yes, I want to be able to convey this message that I do this because I thank nature. I have great, huge appreciation. I've been saved by nature, like literally, physically.
Really? Like what?
Well, when I'm low, nature always picked me up. The love for the nature, the passion for the photography, to capture the beauty of the nature and to share it with the people. That's my life work. It's just I gotta do it no matter what. It's my mission, and that's one way of me thanking back the nature, because I'm being very thankful. Every time I go out to shoot, no matter what the weather condition may be, it's gonna be a clear sky for me, or the rainbow, or something beautiful
And the
always
wind,
happening.
can you feel the wind right now?
Yes.
The wind's picking up right now, acknowledging that he loves nature.
So yeah, when you talk them back in a way your spirit is resonating, then they'll react. They'll just kind of let you know that they're hearing.
That was a wind hug.
It was a wind flag. Oh, that's
A wind
beautiful-
hug.
Yes, wind hug. It is. So I think it's important for everyone to have this sense of appreciation, a little bit of a day, just through meditation, through just one pause in your day, and just to look at the sky or the leaf around you, a part of nature, and that is in you. So
And how can people get a hold of you? How can they find you? You have Instagram?
yes, I have Instagram, NNAAOO.TT. My name is Nao, NNAAOO.TT is my Instagram, and there's Naotharp Studio in YouTube. So please have me.
Beautiful. This is Athena StarSeed, and now
Thank you so
stay
much.
tuned.